There is something so captivating, so subtle, yet so powerful when two hearts meet at the right time. Such is the story between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, two stars brought together not only by their professional destiny in the drama The Untamed, but also by something deeper, something that even thousands of cameras cannot truly capture: feelings. Years have passed since the world first witnessed the extraordinary chemistry between the two on screen. But the big question that continues to echo in the hearts of fans is, when did Wang Yibo's love for Xiao Zhan actually begin? Was it from the first glance on the first day of filming, or was it behind the scenes when they were unaware that the world was watching? It all began on the set of The Untamed in 2018. At the time, Wang Yibo was still known as a mysterious and quiet idol, while Xiao Zhan was known as a charming and warm actor. When they first met, many said that the atmosphere felt different. The staff admitted that Yibo, who was usually cold and quiet, suddenly seemed awkward. He stared at Xiao Zhan more than he should have, like someone trying to understand something new and captivating. Xiao Zhan, on the other hand, exuded a natural warmth that made everyone around him feel comfortable. And that's where it all began. Not with grand words, not with sweet promises, but with a first glance that lingered a little longer than it should have. Moment by moment on set showed that something was developing between the two. Even before The Untamed was released, fans could already feel a different vibe. In every scene they shared, Yibo's body language seemed softer, his gaze deeper. When Xiao Zhan laughed, Yibo would often lower his head, trying to hide the smile he couldn't hold back. One of the production crew even said in an unofficial interview, "Every time the two of them are in the same room, the atmosphere changes." No one can explain why, but there is something between them. Was Yibo in love at that time? Maybe not completely, but clearly, his feelings began to grow, slowly but surely. There is one small incident that their true fans often talk about. When filming a scene where their characters had to stare at each other in silence, Yibo messed up his lines because he was too focused on looking into Xiao Zhan's eyes. Everyone laughed, including Xiao Zhan himself. But Yibo just smiled shyly and said, "His eyes are too clear. I forgot my lines." A simple sentence, but so honest. And since then, many believe that was the moment when Wang Yibo truly fell in love. Not with the character he played, but with the real Xiao Zhan, with his gentle laughter, sincerity, and warm aura that penetrated the deepest layers of the heart. When Xiao Zhan's career faced a major storm in 2020, many people turned away. But there was one person who remained silent, not because he didn't care, but because he knew that love doesn't always have to be shown in public. Wang Yibo didn't say much. He didn't write long statements on social media. But in his every move, in every song and gesture, there seemed to be a hidden message for someone who was struggling. Fans found small clues from the color of his clothes, from his choice of lyrics, even from the way he looked at the camera. Everything felt like a silent form of support for someone who meant the world to him. And for those who could read between the lines, it was all so clear. Wang Yibo never left. He was always there, just from afar. When The Untamed began to take the world by storm, this couple became the most iconic symbol of chemistry on Asian screens. However, what made everything feel so real wasn't the script. It was the genuine emotions that overflowed from their every glance and small touch. One moment that fans will never forget is when they did a joint promotion in Thailand. As Xiao Zhan smiled at the audience, the camera captured Yibo looking at him so tenderly, almost like someone who is secretly in love. And when Xiao Zhan unconsciously touched his shoulder, Yibo immediately smiled, a small but honest smile that made thousands of fans scream hysterically. It wasn't acting. It was a feeling that could no longer be hidden. The relationship between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan has always been surrounded by speculation, rumors, and interpretations from fans. But what makes them so special is the way they keep everything calm, without ever denying, without ever confirming. They know true love doesn't need public acknowledgement. love can still thrive, even without words. In various interviews, Yibo often says things like, "I appreciate people who understand me without me having to explain." And fans know that sentence always feels directed at someone who understands him more than anyone else. Someone named Xiao Zhan. Many people believe that their relationship may have changed after the drama ended. But the reality? They remain connected in ways that are not visible to the naked eye. A brief glance at an award show, coincidentally wearing similar colors, even behaviors that seem to mirror each other. All of this leads to the same conclusion. Their relationship never truly ended. Even when distance and schedules kept them apart, something kept that connection alive. Something stronger than time and distance. So, when did Wang Yibo actually fall in love with Xiao Zhan? The answer might not be a single moment, but a series of small moments that formed one big feeling. Perhaps it started with their first glance on set. Perhaps it grew as they shared laughter between takes. And perhaps it became true love when Yibo realized that Xiao Zhan was someone who made him feel at home. That love didn't explode like fireworks. It grew slowly, gently, but surely. Until eventually, without realizing it, Yibo couldn't imagine life without that person by his side. Now, even though both are busy with their own projects and careers, fans can still sense that something between them remains unchanged. A bond so strong that even time cannot erase it. They don't need to appear together to prove anything, because everything they've ever shown, every glance, every smile, every moment, is more than enough to make the world believe their feelings are real. Maybe they will never say it openly, but in silence, in the way they take care of each other, we know the love is still there. The love between Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan may not be a love announced to the world, but that is precisely why it feels so sincere. No words are needed, no acknowledgement, just a glance, just a presence, just a silent understanding. And for millions of fans around the world, their story is not just a romance between two big stars. It is a story of two souls finding each other amidst the glitz and glamour of a high-pressure world. Perhaps we don't know exactly when that love began, but one thing is certain. We know that love is real. Because in the end, true love isn't always declared, but felt. In glances, in laughter, in the silence that understands. And for Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, that love has spoken far louder than words.